Life may change, but it may not, but it may fly not. Hope may vanish, but it can die not. Truth be veiled, but it still burneth. Love repulsed, but it returneth. Now, does that sound like a stalker or not? Today, I'm going to tell you about 3 things in my life that are sort of dominated my life now, and what I'm involved in and what I think about. And my 3 things are, I'm sort of fanatical about building a social life, really putting a lot into it. And I'm very fanatical about learning how to use Facebook and utilizing it properly for all of its power. And then the other thing that's happening now is I'm a full-time college student, and so I really enjoy being a college student, and I'll tell you more about that as we get into this. About being social, my wife died 8 years ago, and so that was sort of a restart point for me. And so we were married for 41 years, and as life would have it, she was not necessarily that social. So she and I would I'd go to work, I'd come home, we would go for a little ride around the neighborhood or something, and then we'd come watch TV, and I'd read a book or something, and we would go to sleep. So then, after she passed away, I was basically starting from scratch with my social life. Now, I'm inherently a very social person, and I love to learn about people, to be involved with people, and so it comes natural to me. My talk is sort of in a way about relationships. Trying to be social and to make connection with people is sort of about relationships. So being a studious person and a sort of a bookish person, I read a lot of books about relationships and about books about how to have conversations. And I actually found these to be very useful. And so I want to summarize just very quickly, like the last 8 years. After the wife died, I traveled all around the U.S. I went back and forth to Florida about 9 times. I was considering whether I should relocate and what they call, I forget what it is, scaling down or something, where you sell your expensive home, buy another home in someplace else that's not near the city or something. And so I learned how to dance. I went to a lot of dances. I had a string of very interesting girlfriends. And then but basically right now I'm stuck with, well, what did I do the last 8 years? I don't know. But 2 years ago, I decided that I would go back to college. Now, it's always been a dream of mine. I have a college education. It's been a dream of my mind to go back. And I majored in physics, but I always had an interest in psychology. So it was like a dream come true for me to go back. And actually, when I first came back, I took 4 psychology courses. That's when I started back. I took 4 psychology courses. And so I was like thinking, wow, this is all wonderful. And it turned out, because I've been armchair reading all this time, I did extremely well. And so that was like reassuring. And so I started going to senior centers and hanging out there, and I learned that, wow, there's a lot of very beautiful senior centers, and they're very warm, and you can go any place you want to, and it's the same. Come on in, you're welcome here. And so I enjoyed that. I'm sort of like a Berkeley, Palo Alto type oriented person. I've lived in Fremont, but I go to Monterey, Berkeley, and Palo Alto every chance I get. And so in the last 8 years, I've been to Monterey so many times. I've been to Palo Alto so many times, to San Francisco and to Berkeley. one time during the real estate boom, I went to Florida, and I didn't like it there. So I read a magazine that said they have good houses in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So I flew there, and I didn't like it there. When I walked into Las Cruces, New Mexico, the sand blew in my eyes. And I decided, what kind of magazine would say this is the best city in the world? And so I went to the airport and flew out. And I flew back to Florida. I read a magazine first. What's the best places to buy a house in Florida? So I got on, and I flew back to Florida. And to Clearwater, Florida. And I can remember going out to the beach and, by myself, and I just flew in. I'm jet lagged and everything, and just looking around. And I've had a lot of moments to be by myself and to think. And I remember when I went into Florida, it was like in the middle of the night. I'm walking down the street, and I see people going to, salsa dancing and everything like that. And I talk to somebody, and people are so friendly to me. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. But I don't know what's happening. But right now, I'm very sensitized to people. And I have tons and tons of sensitivities that are sort of generalized from my situation. And I've learned a technique that I use often. And that's, I bite my finger real hard to prevent crying. Because there's lots of things. I almost cried like 10 times today because of the stories that people told about their lives. And they love their mother and their father and all this sort of wonderful stuff. And so, but anyway, transitioning to my third topic, that was a little long because I had to give you the background. I didn't really have to, but something in me makes me want to. So then on Facebook, I've been doing Facebook for about a year, and I'm sort of like ramping up, getting more and more involved in it. And one of the things I found out you can do is, if you're a college student, you can go on Facebook, you can click on Ohlone, and you can scroll through, and you can see every student at Ohlone that has a Facebook account. And I did that, and I saw, is Maha here? Yeah. No, wait a minute, she's not here. So I saw that she's there, so I said, hey, she's in my speech class. And by the way, I love this class because it's a small number of people, and we talk about these wonderful topics, and I love it when people say hello to me later. That's great. Keep it up. So Facebook is working out very well. And I think I've already mentioned my third topic, that I really love college. I really love, when I went to college the first time, I didn't speak to anyone. I was married, and I thought married people, they go to college, they're not supposed to talk to anybody. So I went to college, and I almost never talked to anybody. So what I'm doing now is making up. And now I talk to everybody all the time. And one thing I did is I went on the Facebook, I saw this lady, it turned out she's in my cultural anthropology class. So I don't know whether you meet people on Facebook and they respond back, yeah, they're your friend. Then you see them in real life and you don't know what to do. You say, hello? So I saw her and I said, that's got to be her. So I waited until she came out and I said, are you so-and-so? She said, yeah. I said, hi, I'm Al Rogers. Nice to meet you. And she just had a beaming smile, and I said, hey, say hello to me the next time you run into me on campus. I'm really recognizable. I look different. Everybody else looks the same. So I'm having a great time, and my social life is just absolutely taking off. A high point is my professor asked me if I want to go bicycle riding with him on Sunday. So I have arrived. Thank you very much.